Guess what? Wait, was there double audio happening? Okay, no, we're fine. Guess what? I'm 3 days in a row. Phoenix Wright. I don't think that's been done by me. It's a momentous day. We're gonna do the trial here. If the trial ends super shortly, then I've already made up my mind that I'll do like an episode or so of Dicey Dungeons. But if not, if this is, you know, a decent sized trial, then we'll just call it a night after that. Update on the rest of the week. Obviously no streams tomorrow. Friday, I think, decided right as I was sitting down for this one, I think I'm going to do some Odd Men Out on Friday, and then switch to doing some more of that Ren's Demons 1 that I started last week on Friday. I think I want to hit back another part of that, so yeah, that's probably what's going to happen Friday. As I kind of said, if we're doing 3 days of Phoenix Wright in a row, basically, it probably will be a little break then from Phoenix Wright, so. But we're going to do the trial here, so that's exciting. Oh, and then also Saturday, potentially no streams on Saturday. I've got plans. I've got plans materializing, so potentially no streams here on Friday. Or Saturday, I mean. God, I'm streaming like earlier tonight. I'm switching up my. Generally, you know, I stream later in the night, and then because I do other shit during the evening, kind of like section of my day. I'm trying to change it up today for some reason, but all it means is that I'm streaming earlier, so my apartment is still like somewhat warm from this hot Texas heat, and so it like feels weird. It feels weird. Here we go. Trial time, October 13th, 9:36 a.m. District Court, defendant lobby number 4. You know what it meant? It's warmer, so I should have gotten my water. You know what? I won't even mute myself. I'm gonna go get my water. I'm gonna stand up here. I'm gonna go get my water. You're gonna hear me go to the fridge. You're gonna hear me cough, maybe. Can you still hear me from over here? Oh, goodness. Who can say? Grab my water bottle here, and then I'm gonna sit my big booty back into the chair. I'm actually gonna unscrew the bottle of water. Oh, we got a nice water sound there. Nice water sounds taking place. Okay. And then I'm actually going to put my earbuds back in. I'm going to narrate more of what I do before I come back. Okay. Hey, Nick. What is it? Is something wrong? Nah. But did you see all the people here? It's crazy. Oh, so check out the Mastermask glossy I bought. Oh, it's excellent. It's excellent. You bought this? Where? From the little tents in front of the courthouse. They have all sorts of things for sale. You know, I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff. Publicity photo stuck in the court record. Mastermask publicity photo stuck into the court record. Okay, that's a weird way of putting it. Come on, I'm guilty. Throw the book at me. Who's screaming like that? Oh, Mr. Wright, you made it. Yeah, I did, but it doesn't look like things are going to get any less ugly for you. Because I did it. I'm the criminal. Me. He's at it again. I sent the calling card to Lordly Taylor. I admit it. But you don't have the sacred urn, right? Well, that's true, but that doesn't mean that I didn't commit the crime. Normally when I say of course you didn't, I'm being sarcastic, but you? Yikes. Anyway, I admit that I'm guilty. So make sure they give me a guilty verdict. Please! Oh, there you are, Ronnie. Bonjour, sweetie. Oh, Desi, honey. Bonjour. Well, actually, I don't really know why I should be speaking French to you at a time like this. Leave it all to me, Ronnie. I swear I'll protect you. Well, you see, actually, the thief is, me. Can I tell you something, Nicky boy? I can guarantee that my Ronnie's innocent. If he's declared guilty, I'll be ever so cross with you. So why are you smiling when you say it? Well, if you'll excuse me, I've got some errands I need to take care of. Counting on you, Nicky boy. Good luck. To be honest, I really don't know whether Ron is Mastermask or not. But there's only one thing I am sure of. He doesn't have the sacred urn right now. Great. Mr. Delight, it's time for you in your courtroom. For the time being, I guess I'll have to trust Desiree. Desiree. October 13th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 6. Oh, it's this man. It's our first look at this guy, whose name is actually Godot and not Godot, like I was first saying last night. Like a fucking idiot. Honestly, I generally think back to like streams. Well, usually when I'm getting them back up on YouTube, that's when I think about them. And so I was working today to get up the last night's stream up on YouTube and stuff, the pre-work. And I got back to that part where I was like, Godot. And I shuddered. And I was like, I can't believe that's the one option I went with.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron Delight.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh, I have to give a new prosecutor a voice. Oh, God. I need a voice line to go off of.
What about the prosecution? Are you prepared to...
What a stupid question.
What do you say?
Fine. Let me ask you then, Your Honor. Are you ready? Are you ready to pass judgment?
No, I'm not. I will pass judgment after I hear arguments from both sides.
Well, if you're not ready yourself, you shouldn't expect others to be. That's a rule to live by.
Who are you?
I'm Godot. I'm Godot, legendary prosecutor. I've never lost a case. Oh man, where have I heard this claim before? And his avatar. Oh. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I look at this guy, I'm like, there are probably so many people online who think this guy looks so cool. He's got such a striking image. Ah, he's the one that Detective Atme was talking about.
Yes, your reputation precedes you. What kind of cases have you dealt with so far?
Huh. None.
What did you say?
I've never prosecuted a case before.
Never? But you said you've never lost before.
Exactly. I've never lost. I've never won before either.
Quite arrogant for a beginner, aren't you?
Oh man, I know. 3 days in a row? Oh shit. I must be just the biggest Phoenix Wright fan known to man. Even the mightiest of redwoods begin their lives as mere saplings.
Yes, but a mask in a court of law.
Huh. Don't you know anything? No matter the man, we all wear masks. Either on our faces or over our hearts. God, this guy. Fucking so lame. This guy's the real deal, alright, Nick. Why does it seem like all prosecutors are the real deal? So we finally meet Mr. Phoenix Wright. Fucking got him? Fucking got him? Nick, is he a friend of yours? No, I don't have any friends that call me Trite. Just who is this masked man? I've returned from the depths of hell. to do battle with you. Oh, he's a ghost. Oh, he's a ghost. I just gotta say, this... I'm gonna say 50-50 on whether this is, oh, he's just an interesting looking character that we've made to be the antagonist of this episode, or it's 50% the trope of he's gonna take off the mask and it's gonna be like some character from the beginning of the game, the series or something, you know what I mean? Like he's gonna be, it's fucking old bags or something under there. Something like that.
Well then, Prosecutor Gobo. Prosecutor Adobo, go.
It's not Gobo, it's Godot, Your Honor.
In any case, please give your opening statement.
Opening statement? Those things are not fit for even dogs to consume. I have only one thing to say before we start. To you, Mr. Trite. What is it? Are you familiar with the saying, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link? I wonder how much you can withstand before you and your case break in two. Actually, Mr. Payne. For like a good 2 seconds there, I forgot who Payne was, and then I'm like, oh, it's the nerd, prosecutor guy. I forgot.
Well then, let's hear from the first witness. My name is...
No one has asked for your name, witness. The important thing is what you know. That's all. Start talking. We're listening.
Yes, sir. Alright, witness, first, let's hear about what you know about the thief that stole the urn. Yes, sir.
Mastermask crimes.
Mastermask is a master thief that first started his crime spree 6 months ago. He's so confident that he sends his calling card before he even commits the crime. This was his 5th heist, and as usual, he sent a card on
okay, sure, on to Lordly Taylor, sure, whatever. Weird sentence structure there.
His pattern is to always go after only the most precious art pieces. That's why we're sure it was Mastermask, sir. Fits his M.O. to a T.
Don't get cute. Don't get cute, Gumshoe. I don't need it. Alright?
So then the actual identity of this Mastermask is... Mr. Godot, what are you?
Fucking hell.
We're in the middle of a trial here, Mr. Gobo.
Blacker than a moonless night, hotter and more bitter than hell itself. That is coffee. I'm sure you can grant me at least this much, Your Honor. Oh, please, proceed.
Oh, very well. It's only coffee, after all. I'm feeling things when I look at you.
What? Can't be letting him slide this early in the trial.
Proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Well, Nick, what are you gonna do? As long as they haven't brought up Mr. Delight's identity, all we can do is show that it wasn't Mastermask who stole the urn. Let's press. Your favorite process. Have you been involved in the investigation from the beginning?
Yup. Nobody knows more about the thief than me, pal. It's true. I'm a Zavari, author on thieves.
An author? He's written books about thieves? I think he probably meant to say authority.
The fact that this guy could slip through even my fingers shows how good he is, pal.
It's easy when those fingers happen to be Butterfingers.
Press harder.
So nobody knows more about the thief than you, huh?
You got it, pal. Except maybe for the thief's mom, that is.
But isn't there someone who knows even more about him than the police?
You don't mean Detective Zavari, do you? Who is this person? Zavari? He sounds German. His name is Luke Atme, sir. Guess I shouldn't have made up such a silly name for him.
The heck? Guess he's not all that famous after all.
Anyway, it's true that he did manage to retrieve the last item from the thief stole. Oh, I see. It seems you're not the expert you claim to be. It looks like the thief is toying with me even now.
Oh shit, I'm getting a call. One moment. Hello, Colton?
Hello, did I get you at a bad time?
I'm technically playing Phoenix Wright right now. Do you want to say anything off stream?
No, I mean, I just had I know I'm like 2 to 3 years too late to be singing the praises of Inscryption, but I had a point that I wanted to make about it that I thought was a really good piece of game design.
I mean, I'm all ears.
So I just got to the robot part where I'm in like the robot themed escape room with all the energy spending cards.
Yeah.
And I just got to the point where they've added in gems as part of the mechanics for this area, like a la what you used in the wizard tower battles in the previous like 8 to 16-bit section. And
Yeah.
I gotta say, like even with the previous section, and then to a certain extent with the section with Leshy at the beginning, this game is really, really good about like giving you a decent challenge with the kit that you're given, and then like slowly but not like spoon feeding you like new mechanics that change things up a bit. And then by the time you've got that mastered, you're like, holy shit, I'm a god at this thing, and only so long ago it was introduced and it was so strange and new and foreign, but it's such a steady, purposeful, but not babying drip feed that it just feels very natural in the game progression.
Yes, I agree. It's like they give you the tools. They provide the tools to, at certain moments of the game, make you feel like you've kind of cheated out the game and kind of broke it, like in your favor. And then immediately, once you've had like almost like the right amount of fun with that, then you like go and like they introduce like a new thing, either a new story beat that you got to kind of adapt to, or like a new mechanic.
I also think, like, by way of the mechanics, I think that the fact that it's a deck builder is part of that, because, like, even if they introduce a new mechanic, you really only start off with, like, one card that plays with that mechanic. And as you slowly accrue new cards, it's like, okay, I've had a little time to get used to this new mechanic, and now that, like, I understand it and I've been able to use it sparingly, I can stack my deck with it and pull off some crazy wombo combos.
Yeah. I'm just surprised you re-picked up the game.
Well, it was, like I said, I think I mentioned in my text the other day, the ability to play it not sitting in front of my computer is kind of a boon. Like, I can take my laptop with me to work and play it, like, when I have a little bit of time at work, or I can go sit on the couch, or I can play in bed. I've always been a creature of mobile gaming, which is why I like the Switch so much, and having the ability to play this really, really great game, but not be locked to sitting in front of my computer to play it is really inspiring me to give it a shot.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you're making decent progress. You're not, I mean, I would say, you're past the halfway point at this point. I can, without feeling like I'm saying any spoilers, confidently say that. I'll need to hear once you do finish the game, like finish, I'll definitely need to hear some ideas or thoughts. But, yeah, I'm just glad. I mean, there's a reason why it was my favorite game of last year. And like I said, I'm glad you're going to see the ending, hopefully.
Am I correct in assuming that there's, like, limited replay value in picking a different scribe to, overtake in the second portion after you beat Leshy?
Hmm.
Well, actually, no, don't answer that, because
Yeah.
there may be something. I don't know. If I was assuming that, like, the rest of the game would be smashing my way through the other the other two scribes. But if you said I'm past the halfway point at this point, well, I took down Leshy, and I'm pretty darn close to taking down, I can't remember any of the other guys' names, the robot. So, if I'm past the halfway point, then unless they really, really neuter the other two sections, I don't really know what's coming to me.
Yeah, you'll see. You'll definitely see. Also, pour one out for Digimon Survive at this point. I feel as if that game you're not gonna go back to if you already fell off that quick.
My plan is I just when I was playing it I was awful, and so my plan is to go back to it after this. But I did also pick up Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Oh, you're fucking nerd.
It may I know, and like I honestly can I tell you a secret on stream?
Yeah. A secret. No one else will hear this.
Yeah, okay, good. I haven't beaten the other two Xenoblade games, but I do own both of them.
I literally listened to a podcast today that was talking about Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and they're like, fucking don't even try. It's you're don't play the other two games. You can just just play 3. It's fine. It's anime bullshit. Just fucking look up like a thing that happened in the first two games and then just play 3, because apparently 3 is pretty decent from what I hear. I'm just never gonna play it, but
I played a shit ton of Xenoblade 2, but like, and I'm only barely exaggerating, and I'm only barely exaggerating because I don't remember the number. I played like 20 hours, and I was still technically in tutorial. Like, it's just such a
it's so much.
game. And then I stopped playing Xenoblade 2, and I played Xenoblade 1 Definitive Edition, but like going backwards, even with the upgrades they made for the Definitive Edition, there's still some quality of life stuff where I'm like, I get that you want to keep this the way it is because you want to remain somewhat faithful to the first game, but like, it's hard to play once you've gotten used to the QOL stuff from Xenoblade 2, so I don't feel inclined to go back and play the first game.
Yeah. Well, at some point I'll play Digimon Survive, and I'll let you know how much of a disappointment it is.
I still plan on playing it. In fact, I watched a video essay the other day, talked like as a complete. It was like a 3-hour video essay. It was a complete series retrospective on everything Digimon, like all of the seasons and all of the movies, and it did get me amped up to play Digimon Survive, and it was very validating because the stuff the guy was saying about the early seasons, which are the ones that I watched, the Digimon Adventure and Digimon 02,
Yeah.
I really agreed with. He was like the points that he made. I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, that's why Digimon is good. And also, what was it? There was one that I didn't watch when I was a kid. I want to say it was Tamers that he made sound really interesting.
Tamers, the one right after Digimon Adventure 2?
I can't remember exactly what it was. It wasn't the one where it was before the one where the kids transformed into Digimon.
Then yeah, Tamers. Tamers was actually, I'll say this right now, Tamers was a lot of fun. I think, because if I'm remembering correctly, Tamers, the stories of Digimon Adventure, the original and 02, are like a story inside of is a fictional story inside of the world of Tamers. And I like Tamers. I think it's fine.
Yeah, the thing that the dude was saying that made me really interested was that the showrunner or creator of Tamers is known for their horror. And so there's like elements of this like existential dread within Tamers and like the finale of Tamers and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, I mean, I'm probably not going to actually watch it, but I am intrigued enough to consider, like, if I'm looking for something background noise, I'm intrigued enough to consider putting on Tamers.
I would suggest it. I think it's an easy watch. I agree with that, where it is, for as dark as a series like that could have been while it's airing for kids, it is slightly more on the darker side, as far as it could go. I would be curious to like watch the original like Japanese and then, sub like to it and see if it's like, even if it leans even a bit more like feeling wise. But I agree with whoever that is that your video you watched.
I'll send you the link to it later because it was a pretty good video. But I'll I'll let you get back to Phoenix Wright. I'm just about to get to my destination.
All right, sounds good.
All right, later, dude.
Bye. Yay. Okay. I need to unmute that. Sorry about that. Sometimes you just gotta take a call. And talk about video games. It's fucking Exhibit. We heard you like video games, so we're gonna talk about video games while I'm playing a video games. What did I press on? I think I only pressed on that one thing, right? Completely forgot. Derailed everything. Okay. Phoenix says, have you seen all these so-called calling cards?
Of course I have, except the person in charge of the treasure exhibit never brought their card to the police. So I didn't see this one until after the crime occurred. That's because Detective Atme stopped Miss Andrews from taking it to the police. Was the calling card that Lordly Taylor received authentic? Well, all the cards have one common identifying feature, but we're not releasing that information to the general public. But you're absolutely certain that this card is real?
She can't say it out loud, but I bet he's talking about Mastermask's emblem. Brilliant. 3, 4, 5. Okay. His 5th heist. And your 5th screw-up, huh?
Objection, pal. That ain't fair. Maybe you could say I screwed up 4 times, but this last time wasn't my fault. I didn't know about the calling card this time.
You of all people shouldn't be chuckling about this, Detective Gumshoe.
I just want everyone here in the courtroom to know something. If you ever get a calling card from this guy, don't call some stupid private eye. Call your local police right away. Got me?
Wow, looks like he's really got it in for Detective Atme. Yeah, I want Gumshoe and Atme to just fight. Just fight, please. Art pieces. Like what, for example?
Well, his first target was the famous tear of Eminon. Eminon. I think it's Eminon. What's that? Some kind of especially salty teardrop. What? No, sir. It's a blue diamond, a single rare diamond. Next was the crown of Bungora. You know, the thing you put on your head. After that was the left hand of Hades, and then the portrait of Megina, sir. Detective Atme retrieved the portrait of Megina and returned it to the museum.
And the target of his 5th and last robbery was the sacred urn, right?
But isn't it difficult for him to dispose of such famous art pieces? Well, we assume he must have some underworld connections.
Somehow, Mr. Delight doesn't look the type. Yeah, he's a little too sunny to be hanging out in the underworld. What do you mean when you say it fits his MO to a T?
I was thinking of asking the same thing myself. I don't get acronyms. I wish you would listen to it a little more closely, pal. First of all, there's the calling card. We're 100% certain it's authentic. Then there's the fact that he seemed to know all about the security system. And finally, his target was an art piece. These are all part of the thief's modus operandi. And so, since this robbery seems to fit all those conditions, that's right, means the Mastermask is behind it.
Nick, it definitely looks like it was Mastermask who stole the urn. There's no real evidence either way as to whether Ron Delight is Mastermask. But, also, the urn hasn't turned up yet, let alone in connection to Mr. Delight himself. So even though we knew it was, or know it was Mastermask that did it, maybe for the time being, I should try to show it wasn't Mastermask that did it. How though? I totally forgot exactly what was even said during this first one. My brain power can't, like, my brain can't. I took that call and I just dumped everything that happened in like the last 10 minutes in the game. Very bad streamer. Bad bad video game player moment. What a picture. Okay, so we're trying to prove that it wasn't Mask to Mask. That's not going to show anything. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. It's going to be like the calling card. Purloin. I'll figure this out. I'll figure this out. Master Thief that first started his crime spree 6 months ago. Fine. So confident that he sends his calling card before he even commits the crime. Fifth heist. The most precious art pieces. Is it this then? Because it has no monetary value? Yeah, baby. Back on track. I'm so good. Let's fucking go. Gets one thing correct after a bunch of hemming and hawing, and I'm fucking right back in it. Can I ask you a little something, Detective Gumshoe?
Just hearing the little in that question is making me nervous.
You said that he always goes after the most precious art pieces, right?
That's right, pal.
But there's one problem. That's not what he did in this case. The supposedly priceless urn doesn't exactly rise to the level of precious art.
But what do you mean?
Nick, how can you say such a terrible thing? No, I meant from a financial point of view. I mean, it wouldn't fetch a good price.
Well, Prosecutor Godot, what is the value of that urn?
The appraisers I spoke to said they couldn't attach a price to it. And I mean that in the worst sense. So, in other words, it was not the kind of item that Mastermask would normally go after. Irk.
If I understand you correctly, Mr. Wright, you're saying that the theft of the sacred urn was not the work of Mastermask?
Yes. That's what I'm saying. Actually, all I did was point out the contradiction. The argument made itself, but...
Well, first of all, we need to get this issue cleared up. Was this last robbery the work of Mastermask or not? What do you have to say about this, Mr. Godot?
This coffee here, it's my own special blend. I call it Godot number 107. I'm trying to decide whether to cut down on the acidity or the bitterness. That's the only thing I've got on my mind right now. Mr. Trite. But what? If you're really a man, you should clean up your own mess. Sorry, but I don't get what you mean. If you're saying it wasn't Mastermask that stole the urn, then it must be someone imitating Mastermask's methods. A fake.
Fake fake Damask.
Lame.
Fake Damask.
Fake Damask? That sounds so ridiculous. But I like it. Alright, as dumb as it is, I really love the coffee cup sliding in from nowhere. It's so good. That's good. I don't even care. The best thing about Phoenix Wright right there. No, we'll group them all. The best thing about Phoenix Wright so far has been just some of the one-off jokey kind of like animations we've seen to like character sprites. I don't know what this is about the game, though. Here we go. Now, before I decide on my coffee, I believe some proof is in order, Mr. Trite. Proof that the person who appeared at Lordly Taylor that night was actually a fake. Best animations? I've seen one good animation. Well, no, I mean, there's he does some things. He does this long sips. He's sipping. He's got the coffee sliding in. I assume at some point he takes his mask off. I mean, there's 5 cases in this game, right? So I assume case 5, the big reveal is he takes his mask off. And it's like boom, 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 boom. But he's got to take it off like in a very cool way. So he's, I don't know, just some epic reveal. Some epic reveal that's going to happen, and it's just not going to face me. Because it'll be case 5, and I'll be so upset about some other random bullshit that happens in the game.
Though I don't approve of Mr. Godot's behavior, his point is valid. Mr. Wright, we're waiting.
Looks like I'm going to have to prove it. I need proof that the person at Lordly Taylor that night was in fact fake to Mask. What would be the fake? Proof that it's fake to Mask. Why do I think it's gonna be like, if I look at his mask here, okay, so his emblem, the emblem on this calling card, it's not supposed to represent his actual mask, right? Because his mask isn't. Oh, maybe it's something on this, though. I forgot about this photo we have access to. Is this different than this? God, I wish I could put the fucking 2 pictures side by side. Let me put the 2 pictures side by side. Okay, so he's got a hat. He's got a hat. Does he have cufflinks? Yeah. Okay, you know what? I don't know what the difference will be, but this is where I'm just gonna assume something. I'm gonna assume with my limited pieces of evidence here that something that would prove that he's fake is a picture of him from the night that it happened, right? I don't know what the difference is, because flipping back and forth like this is just ass. But I've got, oh, like the necklace thing. Look, he doesn't have a fucking thing, right? Is that the costume's off? Let me see, is there more? This sucks. Absolutely sucks. Okay, I'm gonna assume it's just this, and then the game will tell me what is different. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Maybe I'm right. The proof is right here.
This looks like a photo taken by a security camera.
But if you look closely, you'll notice something peculiar. I said that weird. Peculiar about that. Oh, there's another good animation. Huh. Well then, why don't you go ahead and show us what it is? Go on, use this pointer and show us just what about this. Oh, I guess the dialogue cut away. Oh, good thing I fucking checked. Huh. It's right here, of course. See, this would have been ass. If I didn't know, if I didn't find the point at the fucking thing, the correct thing, and I noticed that before we went to this screen, it would have done the annoying thing where I just had to stab randomly because it won't give me access to the base photo. It's right here, of course.
You mean mask to mask?
I have here a piece of reference I'd like the court to take a look at. Isn't that the publicity photo I brought this morning? The problem I have with the security camera photo is the brooch on Damask's chest.
Oh, a breach! Here, bailiff! Get my steed! We need to retreat at once.
A brooch, Your Honor. It's a sort of clasp for holding one's cape on.
Clasp. I see now. But the Mastermask in the security camera photo, he has no brooch.
That brooch is the same as the emblem on Damask's calling card and serves as a symbol. But the thief that broke into Lordly Taylor wasn't wearing a brooch. In other words, this Mastermask is a fake.
I've been fooled again. Order! It's true. Undeniably true. Detective Gumshoe, how could you have overlooked this? I'm sorry, sir. I don't know how I...
Hey now. Hey now. This is what dreams are made of. If you're gonna have a pity party, invite me too.
Mr. Godot, you deserve some blame in this too. How could you have overlooked such a large brooch?
Huh. The brooch you're talking about? Do you mean this?
That's
Mastermask's brooch.
Where'd you find it?
Well, I've always had a good nose for evidence. I got it at the crime scene. It was hidden in the shadow of a big female Buddha statue. Buddha statue? You must mean the Ami face statue.
Why did you tell me about that, sir?
I always put evidence away in my pocket. After all, it's the safest place for crucial evidence. This guy's one cool customer. It's a little early to be shaken up, isn't it, little lady? That friend of yours left pretty hickeys on there, too.
Hickeys?
Figuratively speaking, of course. I'm referring to Ron Delight's fingerprints.
What? What the fuck? Offendant's fingerprints are on the brooch. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Godot, I see a brooch.
I've grown attached to my metallic girlfriend here. Take good care of her.
It appears to have been torn off some clothing. There's a little bit of cloth left on the back.
Obviously, there must have been a big struggle that night at the crime scene. Uh-oh. Phoenix, we have a problem. Damask brooch out of the court records. Huh. You mess with Godot, and you get burned. He's been playing me like a violin. Well, Judge, about ready to call my next witness.
Huh? You're done with me? But I haven't proved anything yet.
You've proven your own incompetence. That's good enough.
That doesn't sound good at all. Bailiff, bring your next witness in the courtroom.
Finally time for the ace detective to make his appearance, huh? Here we are. 1 second is one drip of the coffee pot. Let's hurry it up. Shh! Silence! Now I see. It's all becoming clear.
It's clear.
Zavari! The truth has once again been elegantly revealed to me. What we have here is a judge and a prosecutor. A coffee maniac at that. Am I correct?
Well, yes, that's right.
Huh. Not bad. Not bad at all. You're the first person that's ever been able to penetrate my secret veil. Well, Sir Prosecutor, let me introduce myself. My name is Luke Atme, ace detective and rising star illuminating the heavens.
Ways to make a perfect pair.
They'd either be best friends or they'd tear each other's heads off.
I've heard on the night of the crime, you were all alone on security detail.
You have heard correctly. My specially made monocle is worth more than 100 detective gumshoes. If Detective Gumshoe was worth anything, that is.
Uh,
Why was this guy all by himself anyway? There must be some reason. I'm sure of it. Smack.
well then, tell us what the special monocle of yours witnessed.
It was approximately 1 o'clock in the morning, just after the date changed. That's when my nemesis, the infamous moon, dancingly descended upon me. Mastermask. Just as I began to turn, the coward struck a fierce blow upon my noble head. Darkness swallowed me before I could land a single strike. When I woke, he was gone. 30 minutes later, I used an emergency phone to notify the police.
Oh, so you didn't get a clear look at the criminal?
My specially made monocle never misses a thing. However, it is limited to things that fall within my own visual range. But of course, that's only natural.
I fail to see why the witness seemed so proud of his performance that evening.
Well, sir, old timer, let me explain. We're not speaking of any ordinary thief, but of the king of thieves, the great Mastermask, my arch enemy. That is what my instincts and my years of experience tell me.
Very well. Proceed with cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Alright, let's do this thing. We have 5 statements. So that would be 1 o'clock in the morning of the 12th, correct? That's an impressive deduction, sir lawyer. You were on security duty that night. Where exactly were you at the time? A penetrating question. I was in the basement warehouse near the computer. Near the computer, huh?
So then you weren't trying to remain hidden, I take it.
Up to this point, I've tried to remain concealed while waiting for the thief. Yeah, you said the same thing yesterday too. Gumshoe also said that they've never spotted the thief at the crime scenes before. Precisely. That is precisely why I chose not to hide last night. I knew that by not concealing myself, I would be putting pressure on the thief. Looks like the thief was the one applying pressure on your pigeony head, that is. In any case... dancingly descended? From where exactly? Ah, well, from the entrance, I suppose. Where else? So in actuality, he neither danced nor descended? Someone please save me. So how is it that you didn't notice the thief? My eyes were looking for the thief's shadow while my ears listened for his footfalls. But even so, the dastardly criminal managed to sneak up on me. It can only be due to his subtle camouflage cape and soft-soled shoes. Here by W. Ace Dunce. Fucking got him. You didn't see the criminal's face when that happened? Well, this is the difficult part. How should I put it? I saw his mask. That's all I can recall.
That's not very solid as far as testimony goes.
However, fortunately, I had my third monocle, security camera at the ready. It captured his image perfectly. This should be sufficient, I believe.
Well, as long as this photo is authentic, I don't see a problem here. Well, Mr. Godot, do you have a problem with this photo? Good. Then let's continue with the testimony.
Attacked and knocked unconscious, and you weren't able to do a thing? That's certainly some very impressive detective work. Well, sir lawyer, have you ever been suddenly struck on the head? Huh? Well, actually, yeah, by a fire extinguisher. And what happened? I was knocked out. And you lost your memory, too. You see? You have no right to look down on me then, do you? The only reason I didn't lose my memory was because I have more brains to begin with. I may have brains, but the wiring to the self-reflection part seems to be severed. In any case, that was how I was knocked senseless. And then, About this 30 minutes. My silver cord was loosened and my soul fled to the golden halls of Elysium. As usual, I have no idea what this guy is saying. I think he's saying that he was out cold?
Oh, so what happened during these 30 minutes?
No one can say, Your Honor. That span of time has truly vanished into the ether. Ether. Great ether. Okay, just what is he going on about? Something suspicious about Detective Atme. How could he not have noticed when the thief came in? Also, he says he was knocked unconscious before he could fight back. That can't be right. It contradicts the evidence. Huh? Which piece? The real question is, why would he tell such an obvious lie? Okay, so the thing is, so what? The fact that it wasn't, like, he had to go and grab this thing before he could go and bonk him on the head, right? Oh, did I fucked up. Don't worry about it. Wait, I thought that was the whole point. I thought Phoenix was saying, hey, he can't have knocked him before he went into the room, because... Whatever. It was approximately 1 o'clock in the morning, just after the date changed. I mean... It was approximately 1 p.m. Am I supposed to get mad because it says just not yet 1 p.m.? Or 1 a.m.? Approximately. Let me hear what he says again about something suspicious. How could he not have noticed when the thief came in? He said he was knocked unconscious before he could fight back. That can't be right. Okay, so God. Once at around 1 a.m. on the night of the crime. Sure. Warehouse camera went off. Picture. Picture. Why is this the shitty Shido? Going off once at around 1 a.m. on the night of the crime. I mean, it's not. Just because I'm afraid if it is the answer. Okay, well, I probably should have saved so I wasn't just losing a ton of health. I forgot that I had to do that. Cool. Okay. The point there. There's only so many pieces of evidence I have. There's something suspicious about it. How could he not have noticed when the thief came in? I mean, would it say that, like, the camera data? These are all very nebulous phrases he's using. Like, alright, yeah, it was approximately 1 o'clock. That's when he, you know, came into the room. And then just as they're getting to turn, it struck a fierce blow. Okay. Like, does he have access to when the camera went off? Does he know? 3 minutes later, I use an emergency phone. I don't. Let me check and make sure. There's no profiles here that would change something, right? He seems to know me somehow. I already tried that. I love it. I'm so lost. I don't know what the fuck this game wants me to show right now. I'm like 30 minutes later. I don't think it's gonna be this because I don't know. There's nothing here that has anything to do with 30 minutes later. I mean, 30 minutes later, I used an emergency phone. Great. Proud of him. Or just swallowed me before I could land a single strike. When I awoke, he was gone. Boo-doo, boo-doo. Just as we began to turn, the coward struck a fierce blow upon my noble head. I have no idea. I have no idea. I have to check. I'm. Oh shit! I fucked up. I fucked up typing. I'm racking my brain, and it's either check or I sit here for 10 minutes trying every sentence and every item I have. You know what I mean? What was the place I was using? This is good. This is fine. Okay. What? Huh? I don't know the reasoning. I'm looking up a spoiler-free guide thing. So, found in the shadow. Looks like it was torn off some clothing. Apparently, I'm supposed to present this on. Ah, shit. The brooch for some reason. Maybe I should have guessed the brooch because that was a new thing we got. I mean, it's kind of a shitty reason to pursue that, but. Are we gonna, like, make the claim that how did it get ripped off if it wasn't, like, a struggle? Lame. I'm gonna say it. Feels lame. Feels lame. Mr. Abney? Could you take a look at this with the special monocle of yours? Aha! This belongs to criminal mastermind, my arch nemesis, Mastermask. Zoom, enhance. It is, in point of fact, Mastermask's brooch. It was found on the floor of the basement warehouse. Wonder how that happened. Ha! Elementary, my dear lawyer. Obviously, it wasn't glued on well enough. Not quite. It clearly shows signs of having been ripped off a piece of clothing.
Ripped off? Aha! Brain blast!
We can only deduce that the thief struggled with someone that night. That's the only thing I can think of. And there's only one person that was in a position to have a struggle with the thief. The only person that was on security duty that night. You, Detective Atme. Detective Atme, you must have fought with the thief that night. So, why did you lie in your testimony to the court?
Witness, giving false testimony is a serious crime.
No. Oh, wait just a moment, sir, old timer.
Don't talk to me like I'm living in a nursing home.
I just remembered, Your Honor. I was just confused because I've been dealing with so many cases lately. true measure of a man is in the amount of work he does. That's what I always say. Nick, you can only handle one case at a time. Isn't that right? You talk too much. Shut up, Maya.
Witness, so are you now saying that you and the thief fought?
Hold on. That's quite enough. Your Honor.
Excuse me.
Save the big questions for the testimony. That's one of my rules.
Indeed, I understand. Look at me, agree completely.
Fight with the thief.
Indeed, it's true, but I looked away from the door for a brief moment. However, Look at me cannot be easily discombobulated. Unfortunately, the thief grabbed a weapon from the side and rendered me senseless. A true gentleman fights only with his own fists, but they were not enough. His first blow struck true. Bam! And that's all she wrote. So in the end, you did catch a glimpse of Mastermask. Correct. It was during his third crime that he struck me from behind. Seems that my memory has become a tad jumbled, so to speak. Oh, well, that's certainly understandable. I, myself, always get confused about which testimony goes with which case. That can't be good.
Okay. Sure. Okay, let's go. Let's suppress. So why did you look away from the door anyway?
In addition to the camera, I prepared a variety of other sensors as well. The alarm on one of those had gone off, so I had to check the data. That's why I went to the computer. Elegantly, of course.
So you were momentarily vulnerable when you were working on the computer? What should I do? Should I ask some more questions? Yes. Ask about the sensor. What kind of sensors are you talking about?
There are no other places in the basement that someone could enter and exit from. There are air conditioner ducts, sewer pipes, and a cat door as well. Hooked up heat detecting, infrared, and ultraviolet sensors to each of them.
There's a lot of hardware. Was it all yours?
The only tailored department store was kind enough to provide the monitoring hardware. Naturally, security camera that took the photo belonged to them as well.
Does he have fingers? I don't know, I haven't been paying that close attention to the animation. I'd have to see it again.
In other words, he couldn't have rigged the equipment, huh? Has that cleared up any doubts you had about me, Sir Lawyer?
Discombobulated. Such a good word. What does that mean? Oh, Phoenix doesn't know what discombobulated means.
Young people these days, they really irritate me. They allow perfectly good old words to die until everyone forgets what they mean.
Sorry, but what exactly does it mean anyway?
Oh, now I've forgotten. What was I saying?
Jesus, it's better than old people forget what they were saying 5 seconds ago. Well, looks like we've cleared that up. You can go on with your testimony.
Unfortunately, the thief grabbed a weapon from the side and rendered me senseless.
When he takes a look at his monocle, are you saying here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? 5? 5? 5? What do you mean by weapon from the side?
Naturally, that thief had no idea that I, Luke Atme, was hiding in the area. He grabbed the sword from the statue that was standing by the door to the warehouse.
Sword? You mean the sword that was all twisted like a tree branch?
Correct. Fortunately for me, but he was not sharp.
Okay, so he is talking about this, Shichishido. Shichishido. Shichishido?
So the thief armed himself with the sword, And what about yourself, witness?
A true gentleman fights only with his own fists. Oh, wait, I don't need to read it. You had that much faith in your own fighting abilities? But of course, in college I was the second in charge of the boxing club.
Sorry if I fail to find that appropriately impressive.
However, my opponent in the ring this time was my arch nemesis, Mastermask. This guy's a real piece of work. Can you tell us a little more about what happened? My opponent was both powerful and vicious. You might say he was power. I don't like the I before or right after powericious. Whatever. Powericious. I assumed he had me fighting stance, but a sudden flash of light blinded me. That, of course, was checkmate. My opponent bested me. What do I do now? Should I ask more about this? You had me fighting style. You were blinded? So what was this flash of light that blinded you? I was bathed in a golden light that seemed to come from the statue of the woman. Statue of Ami Faye, I'm guessing? Oh, well, that wasn't very much help at all. Well, what do you think, Nick? Well, there's one thing that I'm absolutely sure of now. Yeah? What is it? This Luke at me guy. Definitely hiding something. But why? I think I'm starting to figure out what really happened that night. And about the true nature of this detective. What was the sentence that had another optional choice thing? Was it this one? Let me see. Nope. Was it the third one? Was it the first one? Okay, here we go. I said about the sensor, so about the computer. So, did that computer belong to Lorelei Taylor as well? Correct. Well, except for the program that manages the data. I was specially designed by me, Luke Abbey. In that case, could have easily manipulated the data. What's wrong, Sir Lawyer? Okay, and then back to this and do the other thing. Fighting style. Go. What is this at me fighting style? I'm sorry, but that's a trade secret. Really can't say anymore. But I suppose I could tell you if I absolutely must. The main thing is to put your back to the wall. That way no one can get behind you. That's it. That's the at me fighting style?
Well, Mr. Wright, what about that testimony?
I'm gonna say it was very important. Of course it's important. We learned a detective's secret technique after all.
Yes, indeed. I'll remember to use it if I ever take a walk alone late at night.
Why the heck is he eyeballing me like that? It's creeping me out. Now then, witness, we'll go ahead and add that secret information to your official testimony. Oh, testimony. Why did I just not do old man voice all of a sudden? This blow landed upon my third eye. Okay, let's press it. Where is this third eye you're talking about? Oh, it's right between my right and left eyebrows. It's quite invisible to the unenlightened. You may call it the forehead if you like. Why didn't you just say that in the first place? Sir Lawyer, it looks like the creases on your own forehead are getting deeper. So, Mr. Abney got hit on the forehead then? That's what he says. Kind of funny feeling about that. Actually, so do I. Well, what do you think, Nick? Alright, let's fucking find some kind of evidence thing here. Something about forehead. Now do I do this? Blow to the back of the head? I mean, this just says back of the head. So is it just... I forget. Why are we confidently saying it's the back of the head here in the description? What was said? Mask not. I mean, did he previously say that it would hit him in the back of the head? Maybe he just said it. I don't know. Detective Atme, your testimony is crumbling like a house of cards. Oh, what fun is this, Sir Lawyer? It's truly a pleasure to cross swords with you. And now, once again, you have thrown down the gauntlet at my armored feet. I believe this is what you said yesterday. Oh, he did just say it. No, the coward must have wormed his way through somewhere besides the door. Then, Arch Nemesis struck me on the head from behind with this gruesome item here. Yeah, I totally remember him saying that.
From behind, huh?
But just now you testified that he struck you on the forehead. I hardly think you would forget where you were hit on the head. Ugh, it seems I've made another mistake. Detective Atme, it's not the only strange part of your testimony.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
For example, the very fact that you hid the calling card from the police itself is strange. It's almost as if you were afraid they were going to help with security. Geniuses such as myself have always been misunderstood. How sad. What's wrong?
Oh, objection! Ho, 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 ho! Objection! We got our first voice line and it, objection! Ho, ho, ho! I'm doing a voice like this! I'm Godot! Ho, 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 ho! Coffee!
Still not as good as...
Objection! Objection!
I'm just gonna stick with what I was doing with Godot, if you don't mind. To err is human, to forgive divine. Humans aren't machines. They have souls, feelings. They live, they die, they love, they hate, and yes, they even make mistakes. Objection! Hey, hold on. It's not as pretty as that. Ew. That coffee looked like gray matter. That coffee looked sludgy. Really? What is it like then? Always chase a riddle down to the end. That's one of my rules. This is it. This might just be my chance to turn things around.
Mr. Wright, what exactly is it that you're asserting?
Very well, Your Honor. The defense asserts that... Do I just go for it? This Mr. Atme is a fake? That doesn't make sense. Mr. Atme is no ace detective? No. Go bold. Go with the way I went from the very beginning. Mr. Atme is Mastermask. Fuck it. Fuck it. Bold. Go bold. The answer is simple. It's all clear to me now. Detective Luke Atme's true identity is actually Mastermask. Yeah. Shit. Intense music. Go.
Order! Order in the court! Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
There are too many unnatural parts to Mr. Atme's story. He says he was hiding at the crime scenes, which is why no one ever saw him there. And then, in his last case, he managed to outperform Detective Gumshoe and the entire police force to miraculously retrieve the stolen treasure.
That's because I analyzed the crime scene data and made an exquisitely elegant deduction. I picked up clues that the police overlooked in order to arrive at a...
Oh, please. Explanation is far simpler than that, Detective Atme. Truth is, you are in fact masked to mask.
Mr. Wright, this photo, it clearly shows mask to mask. The security camera belongs to Lordly Taylor department store. You shouldn't have been able to manipulate it.
He didn't need to manipulate it. He gained access to the warehouse under the pretense of providing security. Then, He simply dressed up as a thief and stole the urn.
So, the ace detective is actually an ace thief. Is this true, witness?
Damask's MO is pure genius, and so am I. Look at me, ace detective. You're very clever to have come to such a conclusion. I'm impressed, sir lawyer.
Witness, you're admitting it.
Nick, now's your chance. Yes, time to put the last nail in this guy's coffin. Detective Abney, when you assume the thief's Oh, no. Great. I feel like some kind of boundaries have just been crossed here in the courtroom. I'm gonna need Godot to be apprehended by the bailiff, please. Just straight up taken away. Just take him away. Godot blend. Oh, Godot blend number 102, my personal favorite.
Oh, Mr. Godot.
The ace detective is actually an ace thief. I smell a best-selling novel. There's only one problem. It simply isn't true.
But Mr. Godot, Mr. Wright has made some very strong points, and I
will admit, my opponent has woven a compelling narrative out of whole cloth. But it is, in fact, nothing more than a patchwork quilt, Mr. Trite. If this detective really is a thief, then show us the proof of your claim. But it better be as hot or as perfect as the coffee dripping down your face.
Well, Mr. Wright, don't just stand there. This court would like to see this decisive proof you have, quickly.
Huh? Oh, yes, of course. That's a big rush. Are you alright, Nick? I mean, it looks pretty rattled right now. I'd like to finish this right now if I can. But can I really do it? Decisive evidence that proves Mr. Luke Atme is in fact Mastermask. I mean, I would say it probably hasn't been found yet, right? I'm gonna say has yet to be found. Proof? Of course I've got nothing. Huh. Just what I thought. A man has to hold his head up high no matter how bad things get, after all.
I see. I thought perhaps you had some evidence to back up your assertion.
This is no good. Gotta stay on the attack. I'll never get another chance to prove that this guy is the thief. Don't give up, Nick. Think harder and try again. It's no good. Just not ready yet. But are you gonna just give up and let us lose this? So, you've come to your senses, have you, sir lawyer? I can't think of a counterattack at all.
Seems the cloud of suspicion surrounding this witness has lifted. Mr. Godot, you have anything further to... What? Who are you?
That doesn't really matter right now, does it? Miss Delight? What are you doing here? Nicky boy. The thing you've been looking for. I think I found it.
You mean that bag?
No, not the bag. What's in the bag? Well,
that's...
the sacred urn? Nick, it's the urn! Okay, so that's what I thought. I think, was it last part where we started, like, feeling inside the bag? And it was like, oh, it's smooth and something. And then, like, and then Luke, like, came in the room, and then we just dropped it. Like, I don't think I said it at the time, but it was very much like, why wouldn't Phoenix just look inside or pull whatever he was feeling out, you know? I mean, the answer is that it would not be convenient to the game, but... The sacred urn, Nick, it's the urn!
Order! 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 You Madame! That urn, where'd you find it?
You'll never believe it. It was in the office of Mr. Fancy Pants Ace Detective, Luke Atme.
Oh, Desi, you're the best!
Sacred urn updated in the court record. Has pink splotches all over it. Pink splotches, is it blood from the Danganronpa series? Whatever. That was such a lame joke. Phoenix says, well, how do you explain that one, Mr. Atme? Even you are gonna have a hard time weaseling out of this one. Huh. Pathetic.
Mr. Godot, do you have something you wish to say?
Yes, Your Honor. Simply amazes me how quickly times change. In the old days, man was to be taken at his word. It's truly sad.
You're still denying that Mr. Atme was involved?
Before casting aspersions at Detective Atme, consider the young lady here. Your name is Desiree? Desiree Delight. Is that correct? Yes? What about it? Huh. How charming. The lengths that a woman is willing to go to save... The lengths that a woman is willing to go to save her husband is truly inspiring. I don't know why that tripped me up. What are you insinuating? As the wife of the criminal, you could have discovered that stolen urn anywhere. Including the office of the good detective here. So you found the urn. What does that prove? Certainly doesn't prove where the urn was before you found it. What? I just brought it here from the detective's office. Please, madam. This town is already filled to the brim with lies. Any more could only compound the tragedy we have been witness to. You're wrong. I would never do such a thing. Miss Delight? Please, Nicky boy, you've got to help me talk some sense into these people. There must be some way. Gotta prove that urn was actually in the Atme Detective Agency. I mean, can't prove anything? That doesn't sound like a good answer. Testify about what I saw? Sort of sounds right. I mean, I don't know. What's wrong? Isn't it your job to come up with something to say? Nick, come on. Should be easy to prove. After all, we checked out that bag, didn't we? You're right. I remember doing that. Whatever was in there, it was hard and round. And smooth, too. Yes, it must have been the urn. It must have. But I never actually saw it with my own eyes. Atme walked in just when I was about to have a look at it. So even if it was the urn in there, I can't testify that it was. You're right. The dagnabbit. Huh. Looks like I was wrong about you, Mr. Trite. In this town overflowing with lies, there's still a single flickering candle of truth. Nicky boy. Nicky boy. Well, it's true that I never actually saw the urn, but maybe I can still testify about it from another angle.
Oh, what about it, Mr. Wright? Have you given up?
Yeah, there must be some way. Gotta prove that urn was actually in the Atme Detective Agency. Okay. Fingerprints. I can prove where the urn was by the fingerprints on it.
Fingerprints, eh?
Oh, come on. Now you're really making me laugh, Sir Lawyer. Fingerprints indeed. May I go on? Good. Now, it would be perfectly understandable if my fingerprints were on the urn. After all, it was I who was guarding the urn in the first place. In any case, I am always in the habit of wearing gloves, as you can see. So, unfortunately, my fingerprints wouldn't be evidence of anything.
What about it, Mr. Wright? This witness's fingerprints would mean nothing anyway.
Nick, what are you gonna do now? I've come too far to turn back now. Atme must have brought the urn back to his office yesterday. And there, I'm sure someone must have left their fingerprints on it. The defense proposes that the fingerprints of this person should be on the urn. The defense proposes that the fingerprints of this person should be on the urn. I mean, am I not supposed to just pick Luke again? Or do I pick Ron? Because if it was... Wait, Ron? But no, we haven't started linking Ron to even being Mastermask, though, right? That's the whole deal. Adrian Andrews. Larry Butts. Pearls. Old Bag. I hate that I keep saying old bag for everything. I'm sure that joke was not even funny the first time I said it. I don't know. Fuck it. I'm gonna say Luke. I mean, it's weird. It's weird if this is the correct answer here, because we've already literally just said, hey, your fingerprint should be on it. Let me give you an important piece of advice. The one who keeps a cool head all the way until the game's end is the winner.
Let me give you an even more important piece of advice, Mr. Wright. Get fucked. You're not gonna win. Fuck you.
Wow. Even the judge is making cool, snappy remarks now. Does that mean I was wrong again? The urn was put in that bag and carried to the detective's office yesterday. That means the person I should be fingering is... phrasing. The person who left their prints on the urn yesterday at the Atme Detective Agency. This doesn't answer anything. This doesn't prove anything. The person who left their prints on the urn yesterday at the Atme Detective Agency. Me? Oh, me, maybe. Because I was feeling it. I was feeling the urn. Is that what I'm supposed... What? How? Do you really think there's someone that could fit the bill?
Name another person.
Okay. Well, now it makes sense. Now, the answer makes sense if it's me, if I'm correct. But... Oh, okay. So this is probably going to prove then... Because they're going to go like... If my fingerprints are on there, I was at the detective agency... Then it proves that... Okay. Myself! I'm so smart. God, how am I so smart? So, what is all this fuss about fingerprints anyway? Mr. Abbey, do you recall the event, of yesterday? Oh, I'm gonna get him in a trap here first, so that he says that I was at his place. Hey Nick, come on, open it up. Hey, wait a minute. You can't just open his private property. Don't be such a fuddy-duddy. This is an important investigation. Well, what's in there? Hang on a sec. Taking it out right now. Whatever it is, it feels kind of hard and smooth. Well, hello there. Hard and smooth. It's true. I didn't get a chance to look in the bag at the time, but I did touch what was inside. What? You touched it? And I remember it very well. It was smooth and hard. That's right. Smooth and hard. Well, I was just... Your Honor, I'd like the court to examine the fingerprints on that urn. If my fingerprints are on there, then it proves that the urn was in Detective Atme's office. Objection! Well, even if your fingerprints are on the urn, it still doesn't prove when they were put there, does it? Of course it does. What did you just say? It's not what I say, but what Adrian Andrews, the person in charge of the exhibition, said. I polished it until it was just about glowing. I thought maybe I could make it more valuable. Trials that make sense and objections that work. Game 3 is good. You're just stretching. You're trying to get me to like this game. I mean, an attempt is being made. I need to see more. I need to see more of this game. I need to see a bit more. If she polished it that much, she must have removed any and all fingerprints on it. And the only chance I had to get my fingerprints on it after that was yesterday at the Atme Detective Agency. Huh. This blend. Godot blend number 107. I've decided it's a little too bitter after all. Aw shit, he doesn't like his coffee and his mask is malfunctioning and overheating. He can get thrown off by his coffee so much.
Order! 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 I accept the defense's request. Bailiff, take this urn and do something with it.
Wait a moment, Your Honor. There's no need for that.
No need, you say?
Precisely. I already know Mr. Wright's fingerprints are on the urn.
What are you saying?
Yes, finally broken him down. Take a look. Good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. It's unfortunate. This guy's nuttier than a fruitcake. You see, it was me all along. I am the one and only Mask to Mask. Haha! I hope you all enjoyed my little performance.
Well, Mr. Godot, what's Mr. Atme's condition?
He's still in the lobby, laughing insanely, Your Honor. I wish I could enjoy the joke as much as he seems to be.
Oh, it looks like the matter has been settled. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of thief.
Yeah, you were right after all. Yeah, guess Mr. Delight really wasn't the thief.
Court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight.
Oh shit. You're wrong. Wrong, I tell you. I mean, not exactly wrong so much, but actually not right is what I was really trying to say. Oh no, he's not. This can't be happening. The thief, the sneaky, odious thief who's been stealing all the treasures. It's me. I'm him. I'm the one you want. I'm the thief, I tell you. I'm Spartacus. So to it. Pronounce me guilty, please.
I don't know what kind of a kangaroo court you all think this is, but...
True identity of the thief has already been proven. Please hurry and pass judge. What are you talking about? I already confessed. I'm the thief, I tell you.
Mr. Godot, don't just stand there drinking coffee.
Okay, I will say story-wise. Story-wise and structure of the story here. I am liking what I see here in episode 2 of this game. Just because I think they are now have been able to do... Obviously, I don't know what the upshot is going to be, right? We have something that seemed pretty fucking obvious to me at the very beginning. That the case would be... this Luke Atme guy is Mask to Mask. It makes perfect sense. It was so obvious to me that I thought it was going to be one of two things. That it's a very obvious red herring and they were going to like turn that around on me at some point. Or that's not really going to be the main focus. I think it's going to be at this point the latter. I think it's already been determined and it was made obvious on purpose to me as a player, right? Because I think the main trial thing here is going to be me trying to... I don't know. Hopefully we find out why this Mr. Delight guy wants to be known as the killer, Master Mask. See, and the point I was trying to make, and I almost said the killer. The point I'm trying to make here is that this game, or this episode specifically, very cool, and they're able to do more story-wise because it's not just another murder trial. Like, the fact that it isn't a murder trial allows them to do slightly different, more interesting things, right? That's all the point I'm trying to make.
Mr. Godot, oh, just stand there drinking coffee.
Huh. Hey there, Mr. Thief.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I assume what this is going to be turned into is I have to prove a guy who's saying it was him, prove to the court that it's not him, and then also probably simultaneously try to figure out why he is trying to say that he himself was the thief. Like, see what it is. What would be the advantage to him saying that? And that will probably clear up the fact that he's not the thief once I figure that part out. If you're really a man, then clean up your own mess.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I just don't have any idea what you mean.
If you are Mastermask, then prove it. That's what it means.
Yes, sir. I'll be happy to.
He says he'll be happy to, Nick. It's kind of cute. He's 100% committed to this fantasy. Good boy. Just remember one thing. Also, I love this theme. Is this Godot's theme? It's very jazzy, lazy jazz. 2 a.m. coffee, cup of coffee at a diner. Like, track. Good boy. Just remember one thing. A boy only gets one chance in his life to become a man.
I know that. I won't fail. I swear.
How old is this guy? Fuck, wrong button. 23 is a young pup. He's a young pup. Okay then, talk. We're all listening.
Oh, well, let's all have a listen to this confession. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Just that very forward, it's me posture. Yeah, exactly. The theme is good. Theme is good. Animation's on point. I'm just very upset when it's going to reveal to be a character from the first game. He's going to take the mask and then the white wig off. And it's like, oh, it's... I don't know. Oh, it's Edgeworth. It's Edgeworth this whole time. He's not been flying across the world with... Am I supposed to... Obviously, don't answer with spoiler. Am I supposed to assume back at the end of 2, Edgeworth met back up with Franziska von Karma? Did they get on the plane together and then... I don't know, just... make sweet, sweet love to each other? Like, are they, like... Were they ended up being a thing? Or was he just like... Did they go together? Or did he just meet her at the airport and then let her go? I forget exactly. I don't know... What did Edgeworth get up to? Also, if he did just go and do that with Franziska, there's so many people back here in the courtroom that would be upset. Namely Gumshoe, because Gumshoe very clearly loves Edgeworth. Phoenix obviously very much loves Edgeworth. I'm pretty sure Maya loves Edgeworth. Everyone. The judge, throw him in there as well. Everyone, if given the chance at Edgeworth, would say yes, 100%. Everyone I just named. Fucking, what's her face? Old bags? Everyone.
The truth is, I've been Mastermask all along. I mean, can't prove that I'm not actually Mastermask, can you? I don't have an alibi for the night the urn was stolen, after all. I donned my costume that night and dancingly descended upon the scene of the crime. Look, you can see right there in the photo. That's me! As for my brooch, I snagged on the door handle and it got torn off. That's all. I don't like the direction this trial has taken. And by that I mean it's still going. I'm hungry.
This is how every trial goes. At least with me, anyway. Yep, that's true. Huh. You're doing great. Stop it, Mr. Godot. You're embarrassing me. Oh, God. What the hell? Like I said, you're only going to get one chance to testify, alright? But if you make it through this with flying colors, I'll keep my promise, too. I'll make sure you stay locked up in prison as the one and only true Mastermask. Thanks so much, Mr. Godot. I'll do my best.
All right, Mr. Wright, I'm afraid it's time for the cross-examination.
3, 4, 5, 6 phrases here. Let's go. You may think you're the real Mastermask, but your wife thinks you're delusional. I haven't told Desi yet, about my true identity, I mean. Believe me, I've got my reasons. The way your room is decked out, how could she not know about it?
Even thieves have complicated family situations, I suppose.
What should I do? Sounds like we're about to get sidetracked. Again? Press harder, go! So why are you withholding the truth from your wife? Well, first of all, I don't think she'd believe me anyway. And second, if there's one thing that Desi absolutely detests, it's criminals.
If that's the case, then why did you ever start thieving to begin with?
Well, Desi's crazy about shopping. She's a real shopaholic. But she's the love of my life, Your Honor. Guess you could say I'm the Desi-holic. Lame.
Oh, so you do have a complicated family situation after all.
Alright, that's enough. Please continue with your testimony. I beg of you.
Hold it!
I thought you were going to be the one to show us the proof. You know, that you're the real Mastermask and not just some kind of obsessed fanboy. Hey now, that's not fair. Why do you have to do all the hard work? Why do I have to do all the hard work anyway? Maybe because you're the one making the outrageous claim for a change? Come on, Nick. You know that Mr. Delight couldn't have committed the crime. You're the one with the fancy law degree. It's time to put it to work already. I need some kind of proof that Ron couldn't possibly be Mastermask. Well, I guess if you had that kind of proof, we wouldn't still be here, would we? For the time being, maybe I need to shift strategy. Try to show that Mr. Delight couldn't have stolen the urn. Anyway,
Hold it!
Okay, you've got no alibi.
I've been a judge for a long time. And this is the first time I've ever heard a defendant brag about not having an alibi.
But I tell you, I was in Lordly Taylor that night. No. That's too vague, even for me. To be more precise, I was down in the basement warehouse. Hold on. What is it, Nick? Where was Ron Delight when the crime happened anyway? If we can prove he had an alibi after all, this case will be a piece of cake. Well, you're right, but... Huh. Think you can prove that? Wake up and smell the coffee. Well, I think maybe I can.
Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence that shows the defendant has an alibi?
Any evidence that shows the defendant has an alibi. What is this? If you don't want your true identity revealed to the world, come to KB Security at 1 a.m. Oh, baby. KB Security. Baby. Baby. I have the evidence. Or do you think I'm still some sort of third-rate rookie?
Oh, I've never seen you this angry before. It's scary.
I'm not surprised. Anger is the last refugee of the pathetic. Refuge? Refuge, not refugee. I thought I was more confident than angry.
Well then, let's see this evidence already. Show to this court evidence that proves where your client was on the night of the crime. If this isn't the answer, I'm going to be very upset.
Mr. Delight, I believe you've seen this before, correct? Ah, that's...
What is it?
a blackmail letter. That's what it looks like from the contents.
Blackmail?
According to this letter, at 1 o'clock in the morning on the night of the crime, Mr. Ron Delight was ordered to go to the offices of KB Security.
Oh, 1 o'clock in the morning?
Correct. Which is around the time the security camera photo was taken. So, the defendant was at KB Security at 1 o'clock in the morning, and that proves that he has a watertight alibi.
No!
Furthermore, considering the distance between Lord Lee Taylor and KB Security, it would have taken 30 minutes to get there by car. According to Larry, anyway. They don't have to know about Larry, though. Well, Mr. Godot, do you have anything?
Well, Mr. Godot, do you have anything to say? And stop drinking that coffee.
Come on, Mr. Thief. Don't let this guy beat you. Tell him why he's wrong. You're the only one who calls me thief, Mr. Godot. All right, I'll try. I'll do it. I will. He's really got Mr. Delight all worked up. Yeah, it's like a kid at his first day of school. Mr. Wright, it's true that I received that blackmail letter, but whether or not I actually went there is a whole different story. I've missed a word there. Something, let me see. Check the delay, check the delay, check the delay. Whether or not something, whole different story. Oh, right, question mark. Great. Oh, sorry if I'm sounding dramatic. I guess I don't know what I'm talking about. Huh. That was brilliant.
Huh. Oh, Mr. Wright. Looks like you need some more evidence after all.
Stupid kid. Now then,
let's see your evidence. Demonstrates this court that Mr. Delight actually went to KB Security that night. Just pick the fucking other KB Security thing that's in your evidence pile. Go on, Phoenix. Do the thing. Dance for me, monkey.
Mr. Delight, this wallet... Oh, wait, wallet? Oh, is this maybe one of those cases where I could have done wallet or this, maybe? I guess I probably should have picked the wallet, but the more obvious wallet. Mr. Wallet belongs to you, correct? Yes, it does. I lost it somewhere.
Mr. Wright, when you find a wallet, you should report it to the police right away.
No, you don't understand. This is an important piece of evidence.
Evidence?
Mr. Delight, when did you first notice that you'd lost your wallet? Let's see. I think it was on the night of the crime. But I know I still had it when Desi and I went out for dinner. This wallet was found at approximately 1 a.m. at KB Security Headquarters.
What? Surely you're not serious.
Yes, I am serious. This proves that Mr. Delight was, in fact, at KB Security that night.
No.
Huh. This is indeed sad. Romanticists are blind to the reality that lies before them. Huh? What does that mean? Why did Mr. Delight drop his wallet at KB Security? What purpose did it serve? Perhaps it was dropped by his wife to create a false alibi for her dear husband instead. Sorry, but Mr. Delight probably dropped it himself when he went to use this. The key card to KB Security CEO's office? CEO's office? What's wrong? No snappy comebacks? The fact is that Mr. Delight entered the CEO's office around 1 o'clock that night. No!
Order! 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 So when the theft of the urn occurred, the defendant was at KB Security. Looks like a perfect case for the defense.
You may see it as a perfect case, Judge, but to me, well, let's just say that my Godot blend number 107 impresses me a lot more. But what are you trying to say? You say the thief was being blackmailed by a CEO of a security company. But did you actually investigate the CEO at all? Huh? Well, no, I guess not. Accusing a man of blackmail with, excuse me, with no proof. Not sure what I think of that. Not sure what I think of that. At least I know what I think of you.
Good point. I'm not sure what I think of it myself. I don't think ever. You claim that the defendant entered the CEO's office, but you will need at least one witness to corroborate your claim, Mr. Wright.
Nick, I think we're gonna have to track down the CEO guy. No, don't have to track down the CEO at all. What do you mean by that, Mr. Trite? There's someone else who can testify. This is the person who can testify that the key card was used at 1 a.m. that night. Mr. Butts.
Who is this useless-looking young man?
You don't remember him, Your Honor? Of course you don't even ask that, Phoenix. He doesn't. This judge doesn't remember what things that happened at the beginning of today's stream. There's no fucking way he remembers Larry Butts from the case years and years ago at this point in story, maybe a year. I don't know how long a fucking time span between these games is, but like I mean, it's like year. Each game I think encompasses like a year. It feels like, if I'm remembering correctly. And then like the difference between the start of this game to the end of last game was like 6 months, I think it said. And you got to think like we're talking at least 2 years, probably closer to like 3 or so from the first game when Judge might have first seen Larry Butts. No way he remembers him.
Not exactly. But just looking at his picture makes the bile start to rise in my throat.
It looks like he doesn't remember the case from 2 years ago. There's my answer. He probably blocked out that memory on purpose. Anyway, this man was working as a guard at KB Security that night. Oh? Question at hand is this key card.
Yup. Oh, yup. That's the key card they use in the building I work. According to the serial number, this one is for the CEO's office. You need to get into that room, and every time you use that card, it leaves a record. Yeah, it tells you exactly who entered the room and when.
As you can see, there's no need to investigate the CEO of KB Security. We should be able to discover the truth simply by analyzing this keycard's data. A very necessary spit take there.
Well, Mr. Godot.
The name of the CEO of KB Security is Kane Bullard. I was able to contact him directly, but I got the keycard data here.
So what does it show?
Each keycard has its own serial number, and they leave detailed records of their use. According to this data, this card was used at 1 a.m. on the morning of the crime. Keycard updated. Keycard. I'm struggling. I'm reading the words keycard, and I keep wanting to say card key. Keycard. Card key. Keycard. Card key. Found in Ron's wallet, used the night of the crime, 1 a.m. Great.
Well, that means it can't be Mr. Delight dressed as Mastermask in this photo.
Huh. Looks like you're right. 2 minutes isn't even enough time to brew a good cup of joe. So then Ron Delight was clearly in the office of KB Security's CEO at the time of the crime. The prosecutor's office is ready to admit that fact. Therefore, it's impossible for the defendant to be Mastermask. Good job! You did it, Nick!
That's enough. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man again. Besmirching him with the title of thief.
Oh, what's wrong, Your Honor?
I'm ready to pass judgment, but before I do that, do you have any further objections?
No, Your Honor.
Very well. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight, not guilty.
Seems too simple. This seems too simple. This isn't the Phoenix Wright games I know. This isn't the Phoenix Wright game. This isn't the frustrating gameplay that I know.
Court is now adjourned. Get out of here.
October 13th, 2:24 p.m. District Court, defendant lobby number 4. I swear, we haven't gone back to the investigation phase and then back to another trial and then back to the investigation and then back to a trial enough times. I don't feel right about this. Nick, you did it. You were right after all. Actually, am I getting is this a bait? Is this a bait or is this like a fake bait? Does the game just want me to think this is a bait? Oh man. Oh, it's a reverse psychology type situation right now. Actually, I'm a little bit ashamed of myself. Nicky boy. Oh, Miss Delight. I knew you could do it. I believed in you all along, Nicky boy. I don't know how I can ever repay you. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Oh shit. The exchanging of 10,000 point dump. That's I think the first redemption of that ever since I had changed it from the baby out with the bathwater type thing. If I'm remembering correctly. I think I am. I don't know how I can ever repay you, wink wink. Oh shucks. Thanks, Miss Delight. I just know I'm blushing.
Oh, I'm blushing.
Congratulations, Mr. Nick. Oh, pearls. Bad feeling about this. Who is this woman? Oh no, not Pearls. She's gotta think I'm cheating on Maya. Oh, she's nobody. She's just, oh fuck, your point, you're just big dick swinging with your points, man. I need to soon come up, come up with some new point things. I've had ideas. I've had things in the works. I need to just enact upon it, you know? The final steps are always the hardest for me to take in updating things here. She's just, you're blushing! How dare you do this in front of Mystic Maya? You should be ashamed of yourself. What was that? Why did the screen go black? Did it fucking punch me? Oh, she did. Ouch! Oh, she slapped me. Pearly? This woman is Miss Desiree Delight. She's our client's wife. Mr. Nick! Yes. You're even worse than I thought. Going behind the back of your own client? No! You've got it all. I'll never forgive you. Ow. A double slap. Oh, the Pokemon move. Double slap. Which may not be a Pokemon move anymore. I feel like double slap is one of those moves that either radically changed or at some point they like dropped it in between generations. I feel like it was dropped at some point. So I'm trying to think. Double slap. I know there were some moves early on in generations that were just dropped. Double slap. Maybe it came back? I don't know. I can't 100% confidently say it, but... well, anyway, all's well that ends well, right? We got the sacred urn back and the thief has been caught. You're so right. And it's all thanks to Nicky Boy here. But actually it was you, Miss Delight, that brought us our urn back. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Oh, please. You're embarrassing me. Double slap's still there, still his ass. Really? Did it ever leave the game? Why? There's got to be some moves I feel that left the game at some point, and then I thought double slap was one of them. I mean, there wasn't a large list of moves that left, but I thought... But yeah, double slap is ass. And I think it's a pretty rare move, too. I mean, there's not... At least the generations that I played. Everything that learns double slap gets double hit. What even gets double slap at this point? Like, back in the day, I thought it was like Clefairy. Clefairy used double slap, and then you're like, whoopsh, whoopsh. You're like, great. Maybe I might be thinking of a different move, though. Something else I got left behind and then came back, or... if we won the case, then why does this guy still look so glum? We gotta figure out why he doesn't want to go back home. This guy either hates his life or hates his wife. Simple as that. But I am the thief. Actually, what's the point now? They dropped like 50% of the moves in Gen 8. Really? I guess that would make sense. Well, okay, I can't start speaking like I know about much of the later generations, but like, that's because they made it, they closed off Gen 8, you're saying, right? Like, they completely closed off, like, the ability to send in Pokemon. Because the problem you'd start running into is if you transport a Pokemon from an old generation that had a move that's not in the database of, like, a newer gen, then that would probably cause a problem. But I guess they could pull that off if you're saying there and it's, like, 50% moves, if that's just because it was, like, a closed-off generation, you know? As far as Pokemon and what you could send back and forth. My double slap was dropped in Gen 8. I think I'm thinking of some other move. There was like 2 or 3 moves from like Gen 2 to Gen 3 or something like that, or Gen 3 to Gen 4 or something that was just like dropped. And then I thought came back. I don't know. Such a random ass thing I'm like remembering from like probably fake remembering. What is it, honey? I did my best for you, Ronnie. I know that, and I appreciate it, Desi. But the thing is... Come on. Give the kid some time. Oh, shit. We're seeing him. He's just got a little touch of the blues. You know about feeling blue, right, amigo? Okay, so immediately the difference with Godot here compared to the other people, I mean, Edgeworth from the first game kind of changed, obviously, once he wasn't our main antagonist. Like, after the first game, he changed. And I think later on in the first game, he changed. But usually we wouldn't see, like, we would see them in court, and then they'd just, like, disappear. It's like they wouldn't be all friendly, like it seems like he's doing here. It dropped a lot of cool niche signature moves, even though the Pokemon are still in the game. Oh, really? But I am saying it correctly that Gen 8 was the one where they just didn't have the ability to send in older Pokemon, like a lot of Pokemon from other games. And then wasn't that the generation then maybe where they were like, oh, we have too much on our plate and we're going to try to pare it all down because it's easier to work with, basically, and balancing and all that, right? Was that an actual excuse? I don't want to say it meanly, but either an excuse or an actual reasoning the devs had said when, like, oh, it's really hard to balance shit when you have a million moves in Pokemon. No, Mr. Godot, what are you doing here? Oh, come on. I just came here to say thanks to my newest buddy. You, Mr. Trite. That's a fake smile. It's a fake friendly smile. Maybe you should learn my name before you call me buddy. Well, playtime is over. Huh? Early this morning, the body of Kane Bullard was discovered. Kane Bullard? Where have I heard that name before? Isn't that The name of the CEO of KB Security? Yeah, Gen 8 was the Dexit that everyone was freaking out. Okay, that's what I'm. Okay, so at least I'm remembering which generation and the reasoning and everything. Speaking of Pokemon, there was that direct that happened this morning. I watched it live. And I was like, okay. Still no update on Pokemon Sleep. I'm upset about that. I need Pokemon Sleep to be able to tell me when to go to bed. Go to bed. They already exist. They're not changing any models. Even if they were, they way too much money. Oh yeah, I remember. You're on that side of the thing. I get it. I get it. I get it. I genuinely think I'm just firmly in the camp of they should take some time. Like, I'm going to be honest, it is fucking wild to me that we had Arceus just earlier this year, and now we're getting this version right now. And I know that Arceus was technically a side game and whatever. It's just on a release schedule, on a rate. When you look at the rate of these Pokemon games getting churned out, I genuinely just think they could ease it up. It's the same argument you can make where they really need to just like stop doing the split game thing, but there's no reason to. And the reason for both of those is the same thing: money. If they keep churning out Pokemon games, people are going to keep buying it, no matter how much they complain. No matter how many times people complain about the split-colored version game thing, they're going to still do it because they double up on money. It just makes sense. There's no reason for them not to. But I kind of wish they just were like, let's pump the brakes, change a lot of things, update some engines, do some things. Let's make it better. You didn't even know the Pokemon thing was happening today? God, I've been playing a mainline Pokemon game in forever, and I fucking was like, I woke up for work, and I was like, I laid in bed some extra time, and I was like, I'll watch this thing. Isn't that the name of the CEO of KB Security? Wait, but Body? The estimated time of death was 1 a.m. on October 12th. 1 a.m. on October 12th? You don't mean... That's right, amigo. At the same time that a cheap little urn was being stolen, the CEO of KB Security was being murdered. So then, what are you doing here? Oh, come on. You figured it out already, haven't you, amigo? Or have you already forgotten about that piece of info I helped you out with today? Help me out? What? Play Arceus? Gage, did you end up actually playing Arceus? Did you like it? I don't think I ever asked you what your opinion of it. I know I asked several other people who played Arceus what their opinions of it was. Because despite me not playing Arceus, I was very fascinated about, at least from the outside looking in, I was very fascinated about some of the things they were trying with that series and the things I've heard about that game. And then immediately my mind's like, okay, are they gonna split the thing where they have the main line and they have the Legends like spin-off series? Or are they just gonna take things from Legends Arceus and incorporate those into the main game? I guess we're still kind of waiting to see if they continue with like a side game Legends thing, but that is fun. You need to find time to finish it. I mean, like I said, I didn't play it or anything, but when I heard about like the kind of like, this is gonna make me sound kind of lame, but when I heard about like, oh, the collection-y aspect and like, oh, hit a Pokemon with these types of moves, like its weakness or whatever, and then the entry in the Pokedex will be like filled in with different information and stuff. Like, even that concept was cool to me, all built around like the whole fact that you're technically like building a Pokedex. I thought that just concept story wise seemed cool to me. Maybe someday I'll play Arceus. The thing is, I have a Switch now. I have a Switch. I have the ability to stream a Switch game. I just haven't done it. I'm gonna play Arceus someday. On October 12th at 1 o'clock in the morning, Rhonda Light was in the CEO's office, the scene of the murder. After getting that blackmail letter, he must have been imbued with utter rage. What are you saying? Imbued with rage? Oh, did he want to be convicted of the fucking, the stealing of the urn so that he didn't get tried for the murder of CEO, maybe? Have I figured it out? Bingo bango? Come on. Don't tell me you didn't know. Rhonda Light was once an employee of KV Security. He was a professional security guard. An employee of KV Security? Looks like the alibi that saved him from being convicted as a thief is going to be the noose that gets him hanged. Kind of an anti-alibi. No way. Yes way. He can't be the thief because he was at the murder scene when the murder occurred. No, that's a lie. Can't be true. It's a big grind, but honestly, like that aspect on it. Yeah, I think I would like it too. If I'm being honest, I think it'd be a fun thing to work towards. Oh, but I am a thief, I tell you. Dressed up as a corn. Every time I see his outfit, I just think of corn. He just looks like a corn man. A corn man with pecan spin wheels on his head. Rhonda Light, you're going back to prison again. This time the charge is much more serious. This time you'll be tried for murder. God damn it. I literally was just fucking singing the praises that we weren't doing a fucking murder case. God damn it. God, this game, just when I want to sing it, give it some praise, just when I want to give it some flowers, it's like, nah, man, we're doing the murder thing. Let's go back. Tried and true. What? This is impossible. I'm looking forward to another exciting showdown, Mr. Trite. Fuck this game. Can't just let me have fun. You and I aren't through with each other yet. Surely you won't back down from a challenge. You've never been a coward. Mr. Nick, is there something personal between you two? Are you cheating on Pearl or fucking Maya, Mystic Maya with fucking third member of Daft Punk? No, it's cool. Double trial? Get out of here, dude. Just gonna grip this controller. This expensive controller and just fucking rip it in two. I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. God, I really hope this is some, like, ghost man. Like, actual ghost. I want him to rip the fucking mask off his thing, and then he just turns into an ethereal, like, ectoplasm ghost. And that mask is what keeps him in, like, this bodied form. This corporal form. Just new and unheard of. Get fucked. Composed. At least let me have some fun. Fun while I'm here. This guy, who the heck is he? Who the heck is he? He may be quiet, but he's the most dangerous enemy I've ever faced. Well then, time to say goodbye to Mr. Delight. Nick, how could this be happening? Right in front of our very eyes, our client has been arrested for murder. And the one who established his presence at the scene was me. Yeah, Roddy! Arrested for murder on the very same day he's declared innocent of larceny. What the heck's going on to happen next? To be continued. All right, well, we streamed long enough. I'm not gonna fucking do any Dicey Dungeons. We'll do that another day. I still want to do the rest of the episodes of Dicey Dungeons that was in the DLC, but fuck. All right, well, yeah, I called it. It was A, too good to be true. Of course, we're going back to trial murder case. 2, I also called it. It seems things were way too simple. That's not Phoenix Wright that I know. So I assume we're probably going to go to investigation again, and then a trial, and then more investigation and trial probably. Great. It's almost like a cartoon or something. So yeah, no streams tomorrow. Thursday's off. Friday, like I said, I think I'm going to do some Odd Men Out, and then more of Ren's Demons 1 that I checked out a week ago. I think, and then Saturday, probably no streams on Saturday. I think I'm going to be gone all day. So back then after Friday to Sunday. I don't know when the next time I'll be. Honestly, I would love to do a bit more Phoenix Wright on Sunday. I think I can do that. I gotta stick with it. I want to take, obviously, the small little break here, because I've done 3 days in a row, but I can come back Sunday. We can do a little Sunday. It's fine. So yeah, I think that's all. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for showing up. Thanks so much for having fun, hopefully. Like I said, I'll be back in 48 hours or so. And not playing this, though. For once. It hurts. It hurts to say, because I'm such a fan of the Phoenix Wright series. But other games need some time and attention as well. So we'll check some other stuff out. Friday. Stay safe. Stay safe. Stay well. Just slur right through those words. And yeah. Back another time.